not the easiest thing in the world, especially when you don't have a ranger to constantly keep you down. So,
gonna be tough. And on that note, we get ready to hop inside the game. It's Navi versus Sigma, game number 2. Winner moves on to play Alliance, guaranteed top 3. Loser drops down to play Fnatic tomorrow. Star Ladder Season 8, over 130,000 US dollars at liberty for these teams to claim. Whoever wants it, come and get it. Well, Navi, they'll need to bounce back, take 2 in a row, or they will drop down. And on Navi's side, we'll introduce them now. It looks like we do have some lag or computer issues from Sigma, but we'll have Dendi playing the Slarks and Havost the Bristleback. This does put Kuroki onto the Wisp, Funnick onto the Nyx Assassin, and bringing up the rear is going to be Puppy on the Visage.
and on the side of Sigma, the laggers.
The laggers.
Computer freezing Earth. Well, we're on camera now, so I can introduce it in a little bit.
Good to have you here in Kiev. You happy to be here, Ben?
Of course. I like lane tournaments. They're fun.
Yeah.
Especially...
It's like, you cast enough online games and they all just kind of blur together, but having, especially
one of the best things I like about lane tournament is that teams take it very seriously.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that they aren't experimenting, it's just that they actually give a lot of fucks. Like, usually they just like, whatever, we don't care. It's like early group stage and Starlighter, we'll just...
Yeah, we'll make up for it later if we throw this game. No big deal.
This is like...
No stand-ins, nothing like that.
Yeah,
unless you have serious travel problems.
It's just not a lot of bullcrap going on at lanes.
No bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what you get here at
That's what I like. That's the kind of Dota I like.
There's no room in your community. You're policing it very well.
I know.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I think we both like Sigma's draft a bit better, especially their laning stage. And I think for Navi, the much scarier snowball lineup, though. If they start to win the laning stage, this is just gonna... The wheels are gonna come off very quickly.
I mean, it's the same for Sigma strat, though.
Yeah.
You get a couple of towers, and Wisp isn't level 6. It's just going to be disastrous because relocate is going to be useless, and your 5-man is just really weak with a Bristleback Slark, Nyx, and a Wisp. I guess Nyx is decent. He's like okay.
I think the Nyx pick helps their 5-man a lot, though, because it was really bad before that, and now I'd say it's decent.
It's decent. It's all right. I wouldn't even say call it decent.
The main thing they're lacking is AoE to stop push. Like, what do they actually have?
Well, that's the thing. Against Sigma's lineup, against Venomancer, even if you have AoE, you still can't stop the push.
Oh no, this could be bad. The Goo to start, this could be trouble. The Impale to follow. They're going to find Stockshot off the bat. First blood to Navi. And the crowd goes absolutely bonkers.
That was a fast smoke, too.
They smoked off the bat. They smoked from the base all the way to the top lane.
Pugna's a very fast hero, too, but you can't compete with that Wisp move speed.
And we did introduce Navi on the side of Sigma. Effie Mag going to be playing the Veno. Sakshka will be handling the safe lane Pugna. Not the start you want to have on a Pugna. Fata, that solo mid Dragonite, Pos, the off lane Lich, now trotting towards top, and Miguel the Mirana. So in the end, Navi will transition into dual lanes, it appears. Or, no, actually it looks like a tri-lane.
Well, the thing is, he didn't miss any experience, so it's not that bad. Yeah, sure, he died, but...
And they're tri-laning against Lich and Veno, which is a very difficult tri-lane for Navi. Even with the first blood, I still think it's going to be a fairly difficult lane for them. And do they actually go try on try? Against Lich, they say no. Let's go somewhere else.
Yep, looking for that early roam.
No? Or are they going top?
Oh, I don't know. They're juking us.
Okay. Puppy, please. He turned around again. All right, well, whatever. They're going somewhere eventually.
They're splitting up.
Maybe wanted to see where the Lich is going to be first or something. And they'll part ways for now, but the middle lane, it's a role reversal here.
Yep. It's kind of funny.
It really is. Last time was dead even in terms of the laning. And Dendi, I already very aggressive. Thought to see more content just to farm and save the aggression for the ganking stage. But in true Dendi form, he wants to win the lane at like 1 minute.
Well, looks like Pos and Bucking Mad do not have any sentries, and it was pretty clear that Navi had vision because they right-clicked the creep from the fog, so they should know that they have a ward like somewhere in this area.
Good ward from Sigma as well, so they'll see these Navi rotations through the woods. But for now, it is a dual lane, and the Visage Puppy just off jungling, or farming bottom, I should say, doing some creep pulling. I do like the dual lane choice from Navi. Tri-laning against Lich Veno just is not a good idea.
And it looks like Navi actually wasted 2 sentry wards and didn't actually get anything out of it too. So that's a slight win for Sigma there.
They really thought Sigma had like a lane.
Do you have in-game sound?
I have it on.
I don't hear anything in game.
No, I'm not hearing it, but I'm not sure if it's going out on the stream. Well,
You want to double check with?
he's on it.
Oh, here it is. Okay, excellent.
Oh, I don't have any, but you do, so that's good.
Oh, you don't hear it?
No.
Oh no, I hear it. Okay. Well, hopefully the stream hears it. That's what matters here.
It's okay. I don't think I've missed a kill yet, in spite of no in-game sound.
So we see Saksha with early boots too, and this will allow him to put a lot of pressure on Havos as well as Kuroki. EO is not the best at zoning out and only has 0 armor, so very vulnerable to right clicks. I mean, Paris doesn't have any. Oh, mid.
Big aggression from Dendi. And actually leveling Essence Shift. You don't see this very often. Almost always it's the max pounce build.
I hear a lot of yelling.
I'm not sure why.
I'm not sure why
Miguel
either.
dropped somewhat low, but not really that low. Now top lane, they're going back in. It's very confusing because they're watching Falat's camera and they start yelling. So if you're missing something, it's a good way to find out. But
do you think the players can hear the crowd?
Oh, they can hear the crowd. I don't think they can hear Valat, though. I believe that they can maybe hear him a bit over the speakers. Only really helps Navi, but he is careful about what he says, so he's not like announcing if they have a smoke gank or...
They are doing the really big neutral close to the middle of the map.
I read a comment on a forum that Starladder was Valat's big plan to give... it's the best plan he could come up with to give Navi as much money as possible because they've won like almost every Starladder. I thought that was pretty funny, but... in fact, no, Valat is not cheating for Navi. They're just really good.
Well, we see these two supports trying to zone out Kuro and Havos on top, and I think it is really important to keep Kuro down, so you delay that relocate as long as possible. He does not have boots yet, but he is almost level 3. Havos, still pretty poor, brown boots and a stout shield. In the mid lane, Dendi looks like his harass has ended because he is very low on HP, still halfway into a level 6.
Just needs level 6.
Yeah.
And watching the river, Havos, big chase coming out here. So too are the spirits. Now the Venom's starting to stack up, and the chase continues. The goo, it's enough. They get the kill. Havos chases all the way, and they're loving it here in Kiev. They do pick up the kill on the Lich.
Yeah, those two supports just playing very aggressively, way too far out when your Pugnan's in lane farming. And yeah, Pugnan's getting a lot of levels, but they need his help if they want to kill Bristleback.
I think it's
Puppy in
middle lane. Well, they might go on Fanta here as their level 6. On Dendi needs 1 creep. He really needs the HP here. And while that's happening, Kuroki's rotating through as well. Meanwhile, top lane, Havos taking some damage, forced to TP out, and will be able to get away. Good TP reaction from Havos.
Yep. They don't actually have any suns in this top lane.
Yeah,
it's not
they've
working
got the
well.
Dragon Tail. Oh, by the way, the one lane we haven't talked about, it is an off-lane Mirana. Not having a very good time here. 8-2. It's getting good levels, though.
26-6 on the Nyx. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Though Visage was here earlier, and Miguel did almost die, but now it's become a 1v1.
Yeah, Funnick has a poor man's shield, too, so he's just not taking any damage.
You can't harass as Mirana's auto attack damage is not very impressive.
Yep.
Even 59 at this point. The Nyx is a full 10 above her. And for now, they'll go in top lane again. Havos wrapping around through the trees. Only level 4, though.
There's a smoke.
Oh, they're waiting. They're waiting. Are they going to find Havos here? He's still chilling, just farming the neutrals. He's going to be slowed by the Ghost. The Gale.
You missed the Gale.
Oh, off the mark. Is it going to matter, though? Look at that damage from the Pugna. He just hits too hard, I think. But Havos stacking up the Quills, going deep for this one. Oh.
If he had hit that Gale, that would have been such an easy kill for them.
Yeah.
Kuro?
He does get frost blasted here, probably going to go down. The ward slow is enough. Vods off the mark as well with the breathe fire. Not popping his ultimate. They get the wisp, but boy, did they have to work for it. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Funnick. He has a regen rune here, but he needs to pop it very quickly. Oh, gets it. Miguel in all sorts of trouble now. Monoburn going to come through, but I don't think he's got the damage.
Nope. Nice regen usage, though. Very efficient.
Impaled and then immediately regen, and Murana's natural reaction is just to leap, so really well played. Meanwhile, an Urn has come out. Early Urn for the Pugna, actually, not rushing the mech or Arcane Boots.
That's a little surprising, considering they haven't been able to get that many kills.
Yeah, and a mech is such a game-changing item for that kind of a push lineup, and he's got to be the one who builds it. If they wait for Lich to build it, it's really going to delay their aggression.
Pugna topping the CS boards right now with 43 last hits, and
Dendi diving deep here mid. They want to go on Fata, the leap. The latch is there and slowly chipping away, but Murana's TP'd in. Backup has arrived, but is it enough? Fata low. Fata dead. Kuroki will be the trade. Puppy may fall as well. It's a 2-for-1. Not a good trade at all for Na'Vi. And they invested a lot for that kill.
Yep, Dragon Knight, knowing that he was dead, turned around and got some more damage on them before he fell. Oh, Paris is going to die on top.
Diving onto the Pugna. He's got stick charges here, but no life drain, unfortunately, or he could probably just man-mode Havost. Havost spamming quills, hoping to get lucky. He's going to hit him once. One more quill.
He gets to crap himself.
Oh, boy. Havost, what you doing? There's a Dragon Tail here. Breathe fire. See ya, Havost.
Well, that's where the Urn comes in handy.
Yeah, that's true.
That was... I thought he was going to run in a little bit more. And then all he needed was one more quill stack.
Havost would never turn down that opportunity for a kill. I feel like a lot of players would have just backed there, but not Havost. He dives deep for that one.
We haven't actually seen Funnick rotate too much. He is level 6 with... It's level 7, rather, with Arcane Boots 8 minutes in. So he's had a fantastic start.
Yeah, and Blink Dagger isn't terribly far off for him. Could have it by like 12 minutes or so at this rate.
Fata waiting mid for Dendi, but he knows.
Yeah, hiding in the trees. Dendi wants to get that Shadow Dance regen, and he'll get it now, but this is where it goes back to the Dragon Knight just being very hard to kill. Like, sure, they killed him, but they had to invest so much to bring him down. And then the fight just turned around when they ganked him earlier. So I feel like if you're the Slark, you'd much rather be hunting other prey, but the problem is Sigma's not giving them a whole lot of openings. We're not seeing Sigma dive the way that Na'Vi did in Game 1.
Yeah, Lich pulling the lane back on top, Fata with a couple of runes and good lane control in mid. He's like pretty close to his tower all the time, and Migo on bottom with leap. Man, he does not overextend very often either.
Yeah, and he is getting a lot of experience out of this offlane. Sure, his farm is pretty atrocious, but the levels are key here. Having the early level 6 could be a tide turner potentially for them. Now we see our Pugna did back off Arcane Boots, and I believe the mech should be coming next. Lich not farming it at least for like 8-10 minutes if he tries to go for it.
Here's a rotation possibly from Funnick. Here's a TP. He's
TP's
looking to kill.
There's a sentry ward here in the lane, but there's no creeps to give the vision. Oh, this is going to hurt. Oh, actually, I think he just had a vision from the creeps because it is daytime, and he will retreat.
That's a very important gank to dodge. They will waste a lot of Funnick's time.
Yeah, but he's still diving for this one. He still scout, dives under the tower, doesn't find anything, and now the TP comes mid. Let the 5-man commence. Let the push commence.
Here it goes.
Murana's here in spirit. Well, the cheese is coming. What's Na'Vi going to do about it? Dragon form almost online, and you just keep on chipping away. Drop another blast. Hit it once or twice as the Dragon Knight. Spam your wards, which are, by the way, level 3. And
next wave, it's probably going to die.
Yeah, unless Na'Vi decide to really force the fight. No Vendetta here. And let's see, is Sigma prepared? Yes, they are with a sentry in the lane, so there won't be any Nyx surprises.
I think they need Havost in the front line, though, or else
they do have a glyph. They do have a glyph. Not going to use it, and the tower falls to the Pugna. You know, that's the worst thing about playing against Pugna, is you can't deny towers against that hero. It's pretty
so
much
incredibly
impossible.
difficult.
He does too much damage. It's really hard, and immediately Sigma rotate top. So like you said, they get one tower, a few kills. They're actually not really ahead that much in terms of kills, but gold experience starting to tip their way, and it's time for them to push the tier 1 top. Na'Vi, where's the trade? They're not really getting a trade at all. CS still quite even, and across the board, just losing ground.
Yep, they have a DD on Pugna too, so this tower is going to drop pretty fast. And they're
then
only 4
Sigma are
strong.
probably just going to go bottom.
Yeah.
Shortly
Why
after
not?
this. What's stopping you?
Well, Wisp not level 6 yet. He's still level 5. Visage is level 7 though, and he
stun onto Havost. Big dive, but the familiars are here, and the backup comes from the Wisp, keeping him alive for now. The tower low, but not dead yet. The Nyx is going to fall. Funnick, first one down. And now vods could be next. No, still alive. Puppey doing all kinds of damage. He's an artillery cannon here. They picked off 2. They do lose the tower, however, going to the dire side, but
Sigma needed a sentry under the tower to prevent that Nyx initiation, and they also chose to go on the bristleback with the DK stun. Not the best idea, especially when he's tethered up.
And the Wisp, yeah, the Wisp backing him up as well.
Yeah, it just not a great fight by them, but they still did manage to get the tower.
I felt they could have just sieged the tower. They didn't have to die for kills.
That's really the strength of the Venom Ward, because you want them to fight under the massive Venom Wards.
And also run right into you for Poison Nova, which, by the way, is now online. So the team fight continues to get stronger here. And, well, the key item's not out yet. It will be a Dragon Knight building the mech. So something we have seen from Sigma before is actually vods will go for it, and he is going to do it this game. Freeze the Pugna up to go for a point booster, tanking up a bit. And it's okay on Dragon Knight when you have Arcade Boots on your team. And he does have Bottle as well, so mana should not be an issue. It will somewhat limit his ability to transition into a carry role, but eventually you can catch up.
Yep, Mirana actually very poor too, not even power treads yet. And looks like this tower is going to go to uncontested and probably not yet another free tower for Sigma. Wisp is 1 creep away from
Oh no, they might lose their Pugna here though. Familiars on pursuit, hot pursuit. They'll head south. Nope, they found Fanta. Who's found who? Dragon being pursued by the Familiars. 1 stun, 2 stuns. Now Dendi leaps, but the stun is there from Fanta. Turns it around, dives onto Puppey. Funix here as well, dodging the impale. Really nice play from Fanta. They just can't bring him down.
Dendi was stuck too.
And might he go for more? No, he'll farm some Familiars here. Oh, Dendi got stuck.
Yep.
Poor Dendi.
He's also going for a Shadow Blade.
And Fata just, he's almost got mech. 47 CS. He's really been out-farmed this game, but with the tower gold, it hardly matters. And do they just go Roche now?
It looks like it.
3 tier 1s down. They also have the point ice armor already. This will make the Roche easier. Only 3 points of Plague Wards, but we'll have the max fairly soon. And an early gem from Effing Mad. So now Navi, do they contest or do they forfeit the Roche? There is a relocate online. As far as core items go, they don't have a mech, but they do have a medallion as well as a vitality booster. Dare they fight? It's going to be hard.
I don't think so. They need Bristle there early to start getting coil stacks up, but it looks like they're just not going to defend it. It doesn't look like they're in position.
They do have relocate.
Oh yeah, they're going to. Oh, they're actually already.
They are going to contest it, but they're walking through the army of wards. Effing Mad, trying to scout out some familiars here. And Dendi, Funix, they'll just retreat out, but it's the wards. Fighting into the wards around the Roshan pit. So incredibly annoying. And with sentries, with a gem, there's no sneaking up on this Veno. You're running past the wards if you want to go for it. Familiars are in once again, but they're being farmed by Sigma. Fed, actually.
And 100 seconds left on the Visage.
Wow, that's probably the Roche.
That's a huge
blunder
for...
Here comes the relocate, though, but a 3-0 impale by Funix. Oh, my goodness, he's done it. What a play from him. Chain Frost bouncing to and fro. They've double bought back here. This one's turning around in a hurry for Na'Vi. Your Visage will end up going down in the end, and now vods the man on the run. Well, they double bought back. Now the Slark buying back as well. Funix, another 2-hero impale. Unbelievable play from him. Now on the run. A few more right clicks. Arrow. Is there a Carapace? Oh, he Carapace dodges it too. Oh my goodness. What a player.
Vods going in.
What a player. Dendi charging as well. He's fighting under the ward though. Forced to leap out. vods is low. Getting tapped every time he quills. Awful to be a bristleback against the Pugna this game.
Funix.
And Roche is dead.
MVP for that fight.
That was an incredible 3-hero impale. Without that, they just get crushed in that fight.
Yep. But
instead, it's not bad for
It was
Sigma.
a 4-for-1, actually. And they get Roshan and they get Dendi. I still think Na'Vi comes out like just barely ahead. If those Visage Birds didn't die, it would have been really disastrous for Sigma.
Yeah, and Na'Vi just charged into the wards as well, but some of these heroes are very tanky and hard to bring down. The Slark, not that tanky, but elusive, and of course your Bristleback, very, very beefy in the front lines for vods. Already sitting at 1300 HP with the damage block from a Vanguard. And the key thing for Sigma was this. They did not have the mech in that fight. And
yeah, I'm not exactly sure why Pugna didn't go for a mech early.
They like to run the Dragon Knight mech for some reason. He's harder to kill than Pugna. I guess that's the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes Pugna with mech will just get pushed down.
Saksha in mid, though.
They're going to go on him now. There's your Vendetta Impale follow. Funix is just winning this game for Na'Vi, it feels. Gale will connect on Dendi, but he should be able to get out of here.
I mean, if he has a mech, he survives for a couple of seconds, can self-decrep. I mean, I think that Pugna is just too squishy of a hero not to go mech on. Like, it's nice.
He went tanky, though. Point booster, earn.
Dendi almost gets caught out.
Yeah, point booster earn's pretty tanky, though.
Yeah. The armor from the mech is nice, though. I guess he has armor from Frost armor.
He gets it from the Dragon Knight, I guess, when it's popped.
Yeah.
Well, either way, it is their preferred style, and they're just going to barrel down mid. Forget about the fights we lost. Let's focus on the towers we're going to take, they say. They did lose the Aegis earlier, but they're grouped up mid. And suddenly a Yasha, as well as a Belt of Giant Strength on Miguel, not doing too terribly in the farm department. Actually transitioning into...
He hasn't died yet, which is the big point for him.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to push up to T3.
They want some TPs back here. They say, Navi, get back, defend your base. And Dragon Knight, Pug Knight, you can't ignore this. You have to come fight sooner rather than later. Ward's being spammed. The tower's going to lose half its health. Just a few volleys. Now, Sigma does have to be careful not to give away 3 or 4 kills here, but they're going to go for it anyway. They got the Dragon Tail of Unfunning. Oh, no! Burst down immediately.
How did they head uphill vision?
Double familiar stun, though, and from the side come the relocate. Chain Frost bouncing to Puppey. Low but not dead. Most in the front lines, but being stunned. That Dragon Tail doing some decent work. I don't know if they want to dive him, though. There's a leap away. They don't want to fight these Quills anymore, and they will look to retreat out. They'll all get out.
This is not a bad fight for Sigma at all.
Yeah, Funnick, I mean...
That's 2 buybacks.
That's the power of Dragon Tail. He did not expect to get stunned uphill. I think it was a
Venom
Plague Ward up here.
Yeah.
They had one earlier.
And a Sentry Ward just... yeah, that was just nice play from Sigma. They pretty much recouped all the losses from the Roshan fight. I'm actually surprised that they chose to do that without the Aegis, considering how easily Paris died. But with Dragon Knight there in your front line, it's not easy to get a good initiate. And yeah, Funnick, he's really the key hero to look for in Navi in these upcoming team fights.
Because he's really their only initiator right now. I mean, maybe Familiars, but that's about it.
I mean, Bristleback can just run in like a man with Warpath and Tether.
Yeah, but you're not killing anyone instantly with that. You're like slowly bringing them down.
You're waiting for them to get out of position.
They are going to dive on Sakshka here, top lane. He's going to walk right into Dendi. Shadow bladed up. This should be an easy kill. The Impale does miss, but it ain't going to matter. Navi claim another, now leading 10-9. Important kill, shutting down the Pugna.
They need to stick together, and they also need more reveal, just because every time they're off a load, mostly Pugna, he just gets picked off. So Pugna's the most important hero on the Sigma lineup. Second to, I guess, Dragon Knight's also pretty important too, but Pugna, without that, they can't siege towers. They don't have the Pugna ward, and they need him to stay alive. He's also very far away from his scepter.
Yeah, he's just died
really
quite
slow.
a bit this game. 0-4. And that's half their deaths, basically.
Yeah.
Really rough. And it goes back to the first blood. Havos now in trouble in the middle lane. The Gale's not going to connect, but they stun him anyway. He's tanky, but don't know if he's tanky enough. He is! He gets out. Beautiful play once again. Kuroki brings him home. I think they just have to let the Wisp go here, though. Yeah, nobody else is coming. Well, Kuroki, it was a valiant effort, my friends. Your sacrifice is appreciated, says Avost. Who now goes for some very cost-effective items. Casual Cloak, Casual Chainmail.
They don't have Glyph for 2 minutes on Na'Vi. This is the time for Sigma to get a tower.
This could be bad.
And now without Bristle's Wisp, they can't really do that much.
Yeah, the Bristle's not nearly as scary without the Wisp. They just need to keep on blasting, keep on sieging, bring this tower down fast, Sigma. That's their goal here. Na'Vi standing strong, trying to defend. The Impale, though, will come out. They've caught out the Pugna. Oh, no, he goes down. Now a good start to the fight for Na'Vi, but will it have a good ending is the question. The Chain Frost bouncing. Still alive. No, it bounces back to Dendi. Oh, the luck. The RNG bounces too good. He'll go down.
They still get a T3 though, but Pugna just got caught out there. That was a very nice initiation from Funnick. He ran into the Pugna Blast with his Spike Carapace and was just able to stun lock him down from there. So Funnick just playing really, really well.
Honestly, the clear MVP so far for Na'Vi in this game. Fantastic movement, great tempo control, and this is generally when Na'Vi seems more comfortable, is when Funnick is in just like that pure initiator, ganker role.
They have a gem on Veno. He was very close to losing it.
By the way, Veno going for an item AUI. Curtis Lane will appreciate here. Little rod of owie.
Oh, it's up too.
Or is
He's
this
farmed.
or is this a necro book and just like a casual vitality booster? Could be.
I think I mean, the thing about it is Necro already gives you HP. So if you want HP, you just go for.
Yeah, that's true.
If you want the Athos, you just get the Athos.
2 smokes up on FEMAT as well. And for Sigma, they're like 1 good fight away from taking base.
Yep. He's not spending his money though.
Saving for buyback, maybe? I don't know. Rosha's not too far off though for Sigma, and I imagine they may just want to wait it out. If maybe siege mid, but don't commit to it, and
yeah, this time the glyph is up. This time they don't have, or they're fighting 5 strong too. Navi is.
They may not realize it, but Navi actually have 0 buybacks. No buyback on Visage, no buyback on Nyx, and the others cannot afford it. And here they come down middle lane.
This could be disastrous though for Sigma.
Overextending its Navi probably means a team wipe.
Yeah, and it means next Roche too.
Yeah, or at least the map control to take an easy Roche. It's going to be bad if they give
Funnick from behind.
Looking for the big impale. The familiar's lurking as well. Funnick waiting to pounce. There is a gem, and he gets another amazing impale. Funnick is playing out of his mind in this game. Oh my goodness, what a stun coming out from him. But is it even enough? Dendi dropping low. He'll go down. It's a 2-for-1 despite the impale, and it seems Navi a bit of more than they could chew, perhaps. Miguel on the run. He gets off the starfall. Go down the wisp balls as well. Havos dropping low. Navi, no buybacks here when they really need them. The blade now coming off cooldown. They'll pop it again. Do they run or do they fight? They gale, then they retreat. These impales.
Yeah, that was a
Was that a
impale.
4-hero impale?
Three
heroes. Okay. Looked like it was almost 4.
And another buyback from Navi.
Costly buybacks.
Saksha has to stop getting picked off. He's way out of position in these team fights. He needs to stick closer to the Venomancer and away from Fog. He keeps dying to Funnick over and over.
And now, I think for Sigma, kind of crisis averted. That could have been a disastrous fight. Turns out okay. And they're still on the dire side with the map control advantage, and Roshan coming up soon. 2 minutes to go.
Their time to shine is almost running out though. They're strongest in between I'd say 10 to maybe 28 minutes. I'd say 28 to 30 minutes is roughly when they're strongest in terms of their lineup, and they've gotten somewhat out of it, but Navi has done a really good job of holding up against a mass push in their 5-man with early mech.
And here come the Necro Book. Sigma. This is the team Fucky Maddie hated on the Midas craze, then his team went mass Midas in a few games when they really needed a win. Didn't work out.
They're smoking.
Will they have better luck with the Necros that Fucky Mad said are too cheesy? We'll find out soon. But it's only 2 Necros, but it's a leaning towards cheese.
So now Puppy probably needs to scout Roshan. Navi doesn't actually know that Roshan's not up right now, so they could be doing it, but they also could be smoke ganking like they are right now. So Navi not really sure what they're up to.
Well, what can they do? I mean, they don't have a great vision support.
You use the Visage Bird to scout inside to see what they're up to.
True.
Oh, here they go.
Arrow is available, not being
Dendi scouts it out.
Oh boy. But Marana Moonlight Shadow means that nobody's actually been
Yeah, Venomancer wasn't there.
And they'll just retreat out. So both teams, they
crisis averted for both teams.
Yeah, no fighting in the end. And Roshan's still not up, but coming soon, 1 minute to go.
Yeah, neither team wants to take the risk of dying right before Roshan. A team wipe equals Roshan, so.
For Navi, lose 1 fight, you lose your mid-racks. For Sigma, lose 1 fight, you might just not be able to take this late game any longer.
Right. There's a big stack taken out by Havos, though.
This Bristleback's getting pretty strong. Early Blade Mail choice for him seems like it's working out nicely. Sigma have 0 BKBs, although they are getting 1 soon on the Marana.
Yep.
And Blade Mail, very scary if you don't have BKBs.
Havos got so much gold from that. He'll have a pipe soon if he wants to go that route. He'll have Vanguard, pipe, and Blade Mail, which is insane. Pipe is, I'd say, imperative versus a Lich Pugna and a Venomancer.
It's really going to take the wind out of Sigma's sails if he gets a pipe. To this point, all their damage is really magical. They do not have any right-click items. Fata is going AC, and once he gets it, that will change, but it's not here yet.
Yeah, and Marana, not any big item completed yet. Almost BKB, and Yasha on board too.
Havos just says, let's go, guys. They'll push the tier 1. They'll try and take the fight to Sigma, who glyph and then defend. Meanwhile, Havos does get slowed down. He takes another blast. The tether's there, but they're going to go for the Wisp. They won Kuroki, and they found him. Now the life drain. Over the top comes the Starfall. They found Havos again. I think they bring him down here. This is a disaster.
He got hit
for
by
Na'Vi.
an arrow. They're eyeing for the Rex right now. They know that EO already bought back, but Bristleback has his buyback. He has 1,000 gold on top of his buyback too, and he's going to need a buyback if they don't want to lose his Rex, unless there's something amazing done by Funnick.
Sigma going straight down the middle lane, barreling towards a Game 2 victory. There was a buyback from Avost here. Dendi TP's in, but the Rex under siege. A 4-step forward into an Impale. It's good. Isn't it enough though? Doesn't look like it yet. Puppey dropping low. Puppey first man down on this fight, but might not be the last. Avost backing off now. And the familiar, great stun, but there's just no follow-up. Can they break this base, or do they just back off? That's the big question
Kill
here.
familiars first. Oh, Puppey with
that's
his
a lot
familiars.
of gold. No resummon, he was dead anyway. There's no familiars for 2 minutes. That's probably Rax here.
Funnick has to go on Saksha first. He went on Miggle, but Miggle's not the important hero here. He doesn't do any damage to towers.
And the tower's dropping fast. They get off the Impale. No! Dragon Tail! He didn't carapace the time. He ends up going down, and
That's
now...
some ninja reflexes by Fada there.
my goodness.
Like, what in the world?
I'm pretty sure he was clicking that before the 4-step.
That was so fast from Fada.
He was like stunned, and then probably would have run towards him if the 4-step wasn't there. That was just ridiculous.
Yeah, wow. And really good target selection by him. He just runs straight past the Bristle, goes for the Wisp, kills the Wisp, and then Havos falls shortly thereafter without the Wisp support. So they know that Wisp is a high priority target on the side of Na'Vi as well as Funnick. I'd say those are the two most important heroes to kill because Dendi is pretty elusive and Havos is really tanky. On the side of Sigma, they have to kill Pugna. They've killed him 6 times already. He's had, what, 6 out of 4? Like, he's had almost as many deaths as all his teammates combined at this point in the game, and for good reason, too. Na'Vi decent by their target selection, but just running a little bit out of steam now, and now they're 1 racks down, although they still have their T2s. Sigma's going to have all their Necro 3s coming up.
Oh, and this is such a costly team fight loss for Na'Vi as the Assault Caress is nearly complete. That is a game-changing item in general, and especially with all these Necros, all the additional right-click damage, Mirana BKB
They want to
on the
end
way,
the game now.
4-step on the way. They may just skip the AC and yeah, go for the tier 2 bottom. Maybe not go for the win yet, but take the tier 2 bottom, can rotate.
Why
towards
not
top.
go for the win?
Well, you do have AC and Necro 3s coming soon.
But they won the last fight before.
Or do they have both Necro 3s yet?
They have 1 Necro 3, and they have the Aegis.
Oh, and a Necro 1 on.
I think they want to get enough. There's no reason for them to delay this game.
Desolator, wow. He skips the BKB, goes Desolator instead. And they can just break base now. With Deso, this tower is just going to melt. It is not long for this world.
Na'Vi didn't even use Glyph for the last fight, so they have it up for this one, but
Good luck defending this. Your only hope is to somehow force them to TP out.
yep, 2 Necro books popped. Here they go.
They can just A-click. Even if they lose like 3 or 4 heroes, I think this tower goes down anyway. Desolator debuff applied. The tower just melting to an army of Necronomicon warriors in the front lines. They spam. They gale from the sides to try and stop the aggression. In comes Avost. He's baiting them to go on him. They always have that relocate out to safety if they need it. But he kills off 1 Necro warrior. Drops really low from the last will. Not dead yet. He does get on blade mail. He goes down though. This is bad. This is very bad. Diving Funnick to the base. Na'Vi being overrun. They lose 3. 3 have also fallen for Sigma, but they've got an Aegis 4 down. This could be it. This could be the end of Na'Vi's run in the winner's bracket. 4 heroes dead. And Rax in jeopardy. Sigma.
That pure damage.
You know, this is a little cheesy, but it works.
It's very common. This is what the Asian teams like to do, although they don't use the Potom and the Lich, the 3 core for them.
Pugna, Dragon
Pugna,
Knight.
DK, and Veno.
Yeah.
Too. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it's extremely difficult to deal with. And Na'Vi, they just didn't draft a very high 5-man lineup. They got pretty much as much mileage out of Funnick as you can ask for, and yet they still weren't able to take any team fights.
You know, I think it does go back to where we talked about the importance of the draft for Sigma, especially. Both games they've had a good draft, a draft that really matches up well against what Na'Vi has, and
works really well for them.
Yeah, and that they're comfortable with. And you know, it is worth noting that they've gone for this Lich now twice, and the Lich just, it seems to give them that like kick in, that jump start they need in the laning stage to get them snowballing in the
It's
mid-game.
very difficult to see his influence because it's in a lot of ways it's very subtle. You get like 1 creep every 2 waves for yourself and deny them 1, but it adds up. Relocate on top.
They'll try to go here on Effie Mad. He's probably dead. He does have a gem. This is a decent kill for Na'Vi, and they'll get the gem, but the turnaround comes now. Funnick's gonna fall. Kuroki in trouble too. The Desolator just chewing through his armor. 1 more right click, he gets out. but they do keep the gem. 1-for-1 and the gem secured. Decent trade for Sigma there.
I'm surprised that Venomancer didn't go for a Ghost Scepter, considering Navi's lineup. Like, Slark can't do anything versus Ghost Scepter. I mean, minor damage from Dark
Really
Pact,
good against Bristle as well.
Yeah. But
I imagine we'll see it soon if it goes on.
Here they go for the next Rex, and Pugna does not have his Aegis anymore, but there is the Necro 3 out on the Venomancer.
And by the way, Fata has the rune of many GGs. It's the double damage rune on the Dragonite with AC, and he's level 17, so he's got Big Daddy Frost Dragon on the loose. I don't even think the Bristleback can stand up against his right click anymore.
Yeah, Slark has a Basher, but it may be too little too late. He has BKB Basher Shadowblade, which is not bad for him by any means, and he's 6-3, but it's just not the right hero to deal with this. Looks like they want to wait for Venomancer. They are playing this extremely safe with this much at stake.
Yeah, effing mad. A personal smoke to get back to the fight safely. And now Fata inching forward, creeping towards Navi's tier 2 top. Miguel lurking as well. And they'll bring down the creep wave. The tower's now exposed. Navi cannot defend outside the base, but if they let them get to the base, I think they lose the Rex regardless. Even with a team wipe, they'll probably still lose the base.
No glyph up for 2 minutes either.
Double damage rune is available. Fata's going to pop it now. Where's that dragon form? He goes straight on Avos. The damage is going to stack up quickly here. The Necronomicon Warriors bringing him low. Not bringing him down yet. Dendi comes in from the backside. Good damage done. 1-for-1 so far, but Kuroki in trouble. 2 hero impale again from Funnick. Unbelievable performance from him, but it doesn't matter. Dragon Knight too big to fail, and GG. Sigma take Navi down and send in the lower bracket 2-0.
That was a very phenomenal draft from Sigma in both of these games, but also I think it was a lackluster draft from Navi. Like, it was very clear from their opener. Okay, we have
Dragonite Veno.
Yeah, Dragonite Veno, and then the Pugna pick. It's like, okay, well, yeah, they had to have seen that coming. I've seen that happen quite a few times. I saw it at D2L, and yes, the